Hey guys, welcome back to another FPL video. My name is Emmanuel and this is FPL for Africa. Okay, so in this video, we'll just be going over the review of Game Week 2, how it played out, and just go over the particular players and also look ahead to Game Week 3 in terms of the watch list, my watch list. In my new Tuesday series, I'll be going over my review, like I said, of the previous week, and also talking about my future transfers, which will be implemented on the preview video, which will be released on Fridays. Okay, so please can you just give a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because I know you're going to enjoy this content. Let's get right into it. Okay, so on first glance, we can see that I had about 82 points this game week with a game week rank of 266.3k. Um, Also having an overall point of 187 currently and a rank of just inside the top 70k, which is fair enough. I think this is my best start to an FPL season ever. And last season I didn't come close to this, and I ended up on I think 1.9k. That's top 2k last season out of about 7 or 8 million players thereabout. So getting into the top 70k at such an early stage is quite fantastic for me. Okay, so Sanchez finally delivered with the clean sheet, and that was very fantastic to see. Although looking at it, it's now feeling like okay, I could have just had my 4.0 defender to be Duffy instead or something, but of course you can't always get all the points in the game. That's just one thing. But then looking at his future games, against Everton, I don't really expect something from him there. But of course, he has Brentford next. He has Leicester, then Palace, and it's quite good. He actually came good. That's enough for me. Arnold. Yeah, to think that at the start of season I wanted to go with Arnold and Robertson instead of Simicas, which it was at the end of the day undoubtedly the best option, going with two Liverpool defenders. Because right now they've kept about two clean sheets. Although the next match is going to be tricky against Chelsea, but this is just a review video and not a preview. Looking at it, I think Arnold should have had an assist for Salah as well. But wow, this was also still enough. Same with Simicas, his assist for Jota. It's very quite sad to see that he will just be leaving the team next game or next week actually for Andy Robertson. Now that he's back, we also that he was listed on the bench. So I'll be looking at moving him on in my next team, which is in the preview video. But of course, that will just be talked about in my watch lists. Luke Shaw managed to get about 2 bonus points, I think, despite not not doing anything. It was quite funny to watch that. He didn't do anything, but he managed to get about 2 bonus points, which was fantastic. The thing about Shaw is he's always really, really attacking. I've been seeing a lot of people telling me now like they are looking to move him on for other players and stuff like that, which is quite surprising to me. Like Shaw is one of the most attacking players in United, apart from okay Bruno or Pogba or something, but he's really attacking. So I don't get why someone should be transferring him out because he hasn't given a goal or an assist or something. He still has the fixtures to do that at least in the nearest future. Let me look at this. Yeah, he still has Wolves. In the next game, he could actually keep a clean sheet. Against Wolves, he'll keep a clean sheet. Then you have Newcastle before West Ham, which although this is rated a 4, is not going to be so tough. Then he has Villa, which I even think is tougher than the West Ham, but we'll wait till we see that. Then he still has good fixtures to come good. So I'll be holding on transferring him out now. And Lucas Digne, another one with that same kind of issue. He has so far not managed to keep even a clean sheet, not to even talk of getting a bonus or something. And in this game, he considered 2 and still got a yellow card, so that really affected his points potential. But he has Brighton in the next game. And although I have Robert Sanchez against him, I'll be hoping he gets an assist or something against him. Because getting a 6-pointer for Sanchez and getting a 2 for Digne doesn't really make sense when I can get 2 for Sanchez. And of course, if Digne gives an assist, gets bonus points, and even keeps a clean sheet, that the ceiling for that is quite higher. So I'm looking at him doing something against them. And again, as well, he's another player who is being looked at as someone to move on, which is still quite surprising to me. Because I expect that if you're building your FPL team, you're building it for some certain number of weeks. And looking at Digne against Brighton, then Burnley, then Villa, then Norwich, the upsides are so many. Even after this United's game, he has West Ham, Watford, Wolves, and he actually has very good fixtures. Very good fixtures, at least in the short term. Or in the long run, actually. He still has good fixtures. So until you are ready to use your wild card or something. I feel you should just leave him in your team. He's going to come good at some certain point, and if he doesn't, okay, that's just the game. Um, Mo Salah. This was very funny because when he ended up having 3 points, that's keeping the clean sheets for with Liverpool, and having two for playing with the clean sheet. That was 3 points, doubling it up to six as my captain. I had people getting into my GM like, okay, we told you about the history of Salah not scoring against Burnley, not scoring in game week 2, and all this, and it got me very confused. Like, it's Salah against Burnley at home. Fans are back to Anfield. So why won't he be an option to captain? I really didn't get the point where they were trying to make it seem like it was an I told you so moment or something like that. It's Salah again against Burnley. That's a fantastic fixture to captain him. And if I was given the option to do it again, I would still captain him. So we were quite fortunate to find out that the next game, the next day, Fernandez also blanked. Even though I'm a Man United fan, he actually still blanked. And it was even more surprising because at least Salah had a goal chalked out for offside or something like that. But in the end, I think it was I say a bad decision on my own part because my initial thought and the main reason I brought in Mahrez was to captain him for this particular game week against Norwich, and to think I moved on from him to Salah, and then seeing that he was now benched in the next game, I was even celebrating and happy that I made that switch only for him to come on and of course score. Seeing that if I had captain, I would have given at least like 3 extra points, but it's all good. Um, let me hold on the West Ham guys first and just switch to Danny Ings. Okay, yeah, for Danny Ings, it was actually my team for the first 3 game weeks, and seeing that he has Chelsea, Everton, United, Tottenham next, I won't be holding him actually. I'm just going to take him out of my team, straight out of my team. Even if he scores a hat trick or anything against Brentford, I'm just going to move him on because I feel there are players with better fixtures like Calvert Lewin, Bamford, and some other players. Even though in game week 4, Bamford doesn't really have a good game, but in the long run, I think that will just pay off better. Yeah, now for the West Ham boys. Antonio Benrama, an absolute legend. That's what Antonio is. Um, it was very funny just to see him score and also give an assist on Monday. This is one of the reasons why I moved my review videos to Tuesday, so I can get to talk about what happened on the Monday night fixtures, because I knew that was bound to happen, and switching it to Mondays, just okay to say the week ended on Sunday to have one on Monday or something like that doesn't really make sense because I can't really talk about the Monday fixtures. And my oh my, I had to just talk about what Antonio did. He just saved my week. The West Ham boys actually saved my week, giving me a total of about 28 points, adding to this total of 82. So they gave me like a third of my points, which was very, very fantastic from them. Benrama still keeps on delivering. And to think I took the decision of taking Benrama over Trossard last minute. It was a last minute decision. And at the end of the day, it's something which has paid off for me so far. So now let's just move over to my watch lists and my current transfer strategy or plans. Okay, so currently I'm looking at moving on Simicas to a defender like say Cresswell or something, just to have that playing defender. I still want to keep on going with the four at the back, four midfielders, and two strikers until I am ready to use my wild card or maybe something changes. But for now, that's the strategy, which would mean that I would no longer be moving on Mahrez to Son, which was my former strategy. Now, moving Mahrez, I'll be downgrading Mahrez to probably a Rafinha or someone, and those are the kind of players on my watch list now. I have Rafinha, I have Cresswell, I have Jimenez, which should be like a replacement for Ings. I just want to see how. Well, I'll be watching the next Wolves game. I haven't really watched the first 2 games. I want to watch their next game and see how well he is or how involved he is in the game. I don't really want to judge it based on stats of expected goals and all this. I just want to see him with what they call an eye test and just see him play and watch how he actually performs to know if I'm making that switch up to a bit down to Jimenez from Ings. And also I have Lukaku as one of the players on my watch list, but I'll hold on bringing Lukaku now until game week 7, where I think they have Southampton, Brentford, or something like that. So at that point in time, I'll be looking at bringing Lukaku on. One of the reasons I'm looking at Jimenez is after the United game in game week 3, They face Watford, they face Brentford, they face Southampton, they face Newcastle, which are fairly good fixtures for Jimenez. So I'm looking at moving on Ings to Jimenez, Bamford, or maybe this year. I'm not really convinced on this year yet. Yes, he scores goals on penalties and all this, but I just want that position to be something different. I feel everyone is going to, currently most people have Antonio and Ings, so I don't really want to go with the same Antonio and DCL or Antonio and Bamford or something. So I'm looking at getting Jimenez in, and like I said, that is based on how well I see him perform in the next game week. I'll be watching his match in the game week 3 when they play United. Of course, I have no option but to watch that match. I'm a United fan, so I'll be watching that and see how well he performs to know if I'll bring him straight into my team. Okay, so that's about it for the review. Currently, we have 2 free transfers which we'll be making use of in the preview video. So do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.